So this is the TD TD32 Takamine guitar that I just picked up. Another one come in from Japan. So I think these were only made in Japan, I believe. Very nice guitar. Should be great when I have it all done. It's one of the Takamine lawsuit guitars with the logo up here. That's what Martin used, or that logo. So these guys copied Martin and they got sued for it back in the 70s. But yeah, this one's from, I think it's 77 or something, maybe. But it's dirty. I mean, you can see the frets it's disgusting. Come in like that from Japan. I don't know people who send stuff like that through the mail. Anyway, also, I don't know if you can see it, but that bridge is lifting right there. So we're going to have to take that bridge off and re-glue the bridge, clean it up and re-glue the bridge again. So we'll start by taking these strings off. I just use these pliers, same ones I used for cut, to take the pins out. It usually works for me. Pull all these junky strings out here now. They're not locked up. Sometimes they get locked up underneath the, get stuck on the bridge plate underneath. You have to take them out from under. It's another thing I'm going to test right now. Just make sure the bridge plate's in good shape. That one's stuck. There we go. Testing checking out the bridge plate. It doesn't look bad. Good. So once we've done that, I usually just take these strings off down here. Come on. stuck in there. Yeah. There we go. There. So, once you get that, I just take these and just fold them up. Then you can just toss them in the bed after you're done. There we go. So, let's have a look at this fretboard. I say is dirty, dirty, dirty. Let's start off by cleaning that off. Well, I use just a rag with a wee bit of soapy water on it to get all this shit off of here. All the way down the fretboard. She's a dirty, dirty guitar. Clean up that logo a little better so you can see it a little closer. There it is, nice and clean. Takamine and Company. So after that, I'm just going to take some 320, clean that off, also get all the dirt off as much as I could. And then we'll take some 320 and just polish these, clean all that crud off of there. It's okay going across the way to get all that shit off of there as much as you can. Get down inside. You can see the frets are in not that good shape. There's a couple of marks on them. Not bad though. Did up all the way down the neck. So just go along the fretboard here, giving a little bit of light sanding, not hard. You don't want to sand into the fretboard. Just give them frets a little cleaning. And then if you fold up your sandpaper like that, get a nice edge on it, right on the edge there. And then you can just do it along the edge of the fret there, each fret. Just like that all the way to the end. So folding over like I said, the sandpaper like that. So you got a little bit of an edge on it. And then you can get in nice and tight to them frets. like I said, and give it a good rubbing there. As I say, not too hard. Coming along there. So what I'm going to do now is just very gently go over the spots where you can feel the frets are indented a little bit. So I just go over there very gently with my file here, leveler. Try and get some of that down. It's going to be hard though. Being very careful though, you got to be very careful with this thing, that you don't damage the frets themselves. Don't take too much off. Just what we're doing is we're mostly cleaning them right now. Yeah, I think we're going to leave them the way they are now, and just give that a little polishing. You can go up and down the fretboard with this sandpaper if you're very gentle with it. There we go. It's looking good compared to where it was before. Wow. So what we can do now is just take our fret rocker, just run it along. That's what I do, is I just take it and run along nice and slow to feel if you're going to have any high spots. They all feel fantastic, every one of them. Do on the outside. Yeah, no, they're all good. Nothing high, which is great. Nope, perfect. So what I use now is we're going to condition the fretboard. I use this, it's called Wizard Spit fretboard conditioner. I've used it a few times. I love it. It seems to work very well. So let's use a bit of that. Don't need a lot. Bit by bit. You're going to see all the dirt's going to come off on this thing. Now you can really see how much this guitar was played. You can see the dents or the grooves from playing the guitar, the nails. That's the number one culprit for that kind of a thing with the fretboard with the grooves in it. Cut your nails, people. You can see the dirt is coming off of that. Wow. Quite a lot of dirt. Like I said, look at them frets there. But I'm not going to do anything with them. I mean, I'd have to sand down the fretboard, and I don't want to get into that. So anyway, there you go there. Just cleaning up the tuners here. They're pretty filthy. And it looks like they're ping tuners. Japanese brand guitars, they use ping quite a bit. Back then anyway, maybe not so much now, I'm not sure. So clean these all up and get them looking good again. What you can do actually is, yeah, no, they don't, they look good. Don't have to do anything with that. So I cleaned up the guitar there. All that crud off of it. Whoops, a daisy. It's not good. Okay, so anyway, there's the fretboard with the conditioner on it. Might give it a little once more, or nah, it's okay. I think we'll leave it. Looks good to me. Anyway, I use the 320 on that. A lot of people or guys that do this kind of work will be going, oh my god, don't use 320 on your fretboard. You know, use something like 800 or 1000, which I do a lot of time, but 320 is quite fine if you don't press down on it a lot. It's perfectly fine. Yep, works good. In fact, I might just go over these, couple of them, just a little more. These ones at the top where the guy was playing all the cowboy chords. They're the ones that are they're the ones that are dirty. Just take the edge of the sandpaper and give it a little scuff there. Looking good. Put a little more of that conditioner on up there. Look at that. There's still dirt coming off of that. It's amazing, that fretboard cleaner, wizard, or no, lizard spit, lizard spit. Excellent. All the shit that's coming off there, I can't believe it. I think no matter how many times I do this, I'm still going to get a little bit coming off. That's how good that stuff is. Anyway, there she is. She's ready to... We'll go down and work now on that, work on the bridge down here that's lifting. So let's chance to take it. So what I've done is I use what I used to take off my bridge is just a normal iron. That has worked for me for many years, or the years I've been doing this. First of all, I want to put some masking tape down around the bridge so I don't do any damage when I'm lifting it. Also, it just stops the heat from penetrating a lot and scorching the guitar. Cover her up good. Like tape's not that expensive, and you're gonna protect your guitar. So what we do now is just lay that iron on there, right on the wood. Take my two little tools that I use to take it off with. So it's going to take a little while to heat up and do its job, so I put a couple of bits of tape on either side of here because I don't want that heat penetrating. So I'll just put this back on again. We'll wait. It's a good idea just to move your iron back and forth as you're doing it. That way there's no way it's going to heat up too much on the guitar. So let's try that. I'll put the knife on the iron here, heat it up a bit. Oh yeah, sliding in there, easy peasy. There's my other little one there. There she is. Yeah, easy peasy. Wow, that came off. That's probably one of the easiest ones I've ever taken off, actually. Came off super easy. Hardly any stuff. Nice and clean too. Look at that. Nice and clean. Yeah. Perfect. So I'm just going to widen these holes just a little bit. Not much. The pins were not going in very good. A little bit bigger. There we go. Check it now. Right, that one goes all the way down. Just gonna give that a little bit of a rough up there. Get all the little bit of the residue glue that was on there. just give this a little, being very careful you don't hit the edge. Clean that up. Making a nice surface for the glue to stick to. Like I said, I've never had a bridge come off that easy before. A little bit of heat and it was off. Yeah, that edge is nice and cleaned. Good. Excellento. So these are the things I need to put the bridge back on. Tight bond, original, excellent glue, probably the best. This little device, I'm going to show you how it works, and it holds the bridge down as it dries. I take the screws out here. Little wing nuts on the end of it there. That's why I put tape down on my guitars, because just laying stuff down on them, you don't want to mark the guitar. So once that is done, you're going to check to make sure the hole's big enough. See, that's not big enough. So we have to make a bigger hole. I should say holes. Should do it. Perfect. See, they slide right in there. That's the way they should be. Perfect size. Now you got to make sure these ones on the end are big enough too. Them two that hold it on the end there. So take your drill and make this a little bigger. Two on the end. That's all you need to do for now. Yeah, there we go. Make sure that goes through first. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do now is put some tight bond on. Put a little tight bond on here. Oops. So give that a brushing on there. Don't make sure you don't get too much in the holes, or none in the holes actually. Make sure you have lots on them ends too, because that's where bridges usually come loose, is on the ends. So got that one on this surface. There we go. Like I say, a little bit, make sure there's lots of glue on the ends. Nice and tight all the way around. There we go. Oh, let's just put a little bit more on there. She's drying up quick. This is a great glue type bond. Thing is, you can, if you put on a bridge or you put on a guitar neck, you can take it right off fairly easy. It's not a problem with type bond. Okay, so what we want to do, this is going to be on top of the bridge, and the bolt goes through there, one bolt through there, and one bolt through there. So just put it right into that end part, and this one on that end. It's supposed to go in there, damn it. Come on. What the heck is going on? Get down in there. There we go. What did I do with the other one? Both are in there. Yep. Good. Line it up. Make sure you got your bridge lined up before you tighten down. So what these wing nuts do is they go underneath. And oh yeah, we need Allen wrench. We just need an Allen wrench to fit that. Yeah, that's the one. So take your wing nut, hold that on the top there like that, the screw, and put your wing nut on. Sometimes not easy. Turn this. There we go. Turn that and turn that up quickly. Ah, darn it. So I took all the tape off there just so I can see the edges better. Clean that glue off. Any excess glue, and then what you want to do is hold that wing nut down inside. Give this Allen wrench a few turns, which brings this down on top of the bridge and holds it in place and actually squeezes out more glue. tighten it as much as you can without over tightening. Don't over tight whatever you do. Darn it. Oh, fidgety this morning. Maybe I had too much coffee. Yeah, give it a good tightening. As I said, not too tight. On the edges of it, there's these little wing nuts that tighten down the edges of the bridge. So find yourself a couple of small little pieces of wood. That's a little piece of wood from a bridge plate, and you stick it on underneath the wing at the end there, and tighten her up. And that way, when you tighten up, pushes the ends down. You can see all the glue that's coming out there now. Isn't quite on there. It should be on, just on the edge of it. On the end there. There we go. Tighten that up. That's just the wood. The wood cracking, it's not the guitar. Don't worry. Once you got that tightened up, just clean up around the edges for any excess glue. And we pretty well got her, I think. Yeah. What did I do with my little Allen wrench now? Anyway, tighten these up a little more, and then we're done. Then we wait until let it cure overnight, at least overnight, until it's on there good. You can leave it longer if you want. There we go. It's all on there. Yeah, these little bridge things for doing bridges, they're great. You can buy them off of Amazon. I think they're around 25 bucks or something like that, Canadian. So that's not too bad, and they do a hell of a job. A lot of guys clamp them with actual clamps from underneath over and holding the bridge. I think this does a great job. I've used it for a long time. Anyway, so just going to talk a little bit about truss rods here. So when guitars basically have two ways of putting in a truss rod. One of them is from, you access it from the bottom here. The other one is from the top of the neck, and it's usually under a little plate. So anyway, usually what I do is I carry a set of these around with me when I go to look at guitars, and a little screwdriver to take the plate off. Carry these with me all the time, and the first thing I do is I check that truss rod to make sure it's working properly. This one works great, not a problem at all with that. So anyway, that's what I do. It's a good idea to do it, I think, because otherwise you have one, if the guitar, the truss rod's gone, I'd say walk away from it, because otherwise you're going to have a big job fixing this. You can see here along the neck is the binding here, and if you look very closely you won't be able to see it. There's little cracks in the binding already, and that's from age. So if you were to try and remove that right now, it'd come off in a million different pieces. You couldn't do it. So there you go, having to replace the binding. just getting to the truss rod underneath that fretboard is a real job, and do a lot of damage. So yeah, you're talking, you know, 3 to 4 hours, maybe even more, maybe 5 hours, or if you don't run into problems doing that. But it's a big job. So there you go, a little bit about truss rods. So I had to take the saddle down just a little bit, just sand it off there, so that the strings will come down closer to the fretboard for me. I like the strings nice and close, so it's easy to play. Not too close, but that's the way I play. Some guys play with strings way off the fretboard, and I don't know how they do it. So it should do that. I'll bring the guitar back in here. So let's slip that back in. Yeah, with these saddles too, you gotta make sure they're going in the right way, because they're tapered down from the bass end to the treble side. It's tapered, so you make sure that you put the higher end of it on the bass side, and then it goes in. Just locked in place there. Good. Your string in place there, push the pin down, pull up, there we go. And again, so you're going to go on the end pin here, you will go just to the end of the guitar and then 1/2 inch. Works out great. Get down. So you do all the strings right till just the way I did it on this side, and then also when you're doing this, you can nip these off at the ends here if they're a little long. Give them a little nip, cut, there we go. What I do then too also is I just bend down the little bit of string that's sticking out there with a pair of needle nose pliers. Just so that you don't get your hand in these things. You stick your finger or your hand in a string, it hurts a little bit. There we go. You can have a good look at that. Nice and clean job. So just finish all these off, and then we're done. When you're doing these bottom strings, high strings, make sure you don't, if you've got all your strings on, make sure you're looking to make sure this is your B string and not your E string, because they get mixed up and sometimes you'll mistakenly cut them and then it'll be short. You know, the string will be short. So make sure you check, you know, that's the B string, that's the E string. You got the bottom E string there, 1/2 inch. Hold the string down so it doesn't come out. That really once it's around a couple of turns, what I do is I stop and I'll pull up on the string here a little bit, just bringing the string up closer to the top so it's going to wrap around nicely underneath. Perfect. Snip the ends off. Come on. Oh. So there we go. You can see how a nice job that is. Nice and tidy. There we go. So I'm just going to turn this up and then we'll play it a little bit. What I like to do when I'm tuning up too, and I got fresh set strings, just put your finger under there and pull up on the string just to make sure it's locked in place, and then turn it nice and tight. Pull up. Do that with all the strings. Tighten up and then pull up. Not too hard that you're going to break the strings. Pretty hard to do that, but yeah, pull up on it. And then basically we can tune up from there. This is my Takamine TD 32 that I picked up from Japan. just finished doing all the work on it. So it's a beautiful sounding guitar. Beautiful. That's what she looks like. Now she's all cleaned up. There's the logo on it. You can read it. Anyway, I just want to introduce myself a little bit. My name's James. I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel here pretty soon, all about repairing guitars, buying, selling, and all sorts of different neat kind of things we'll be doing on the channel, and then we'll be expanding from there. So yeah. Anyway, I've been around guitars pretty well all my life. I think I started when I came over from Scotland when I was 13. I started with an interest on guitars buying my first bass, EBO Gibson 1970. Wow, wish I still had it. Anyway, so from there basically I started out selling guitars on eBay and stuff like that. And as the guitars came in, they needed fixing, you know, bridges would be lifting, strings were shot, you know, which was the easy thing, was the strings, but the bridges got a little more difficult. As the months and years went by, I got pretty good at it. I actually started doing neck resets. So yeah, so basically for a number of years now I've been doing neck resets, pretty well everything to do with guitars now. Learning a lot from YouTubers that are on YouTube right now, basically doing all your stuff. I've learned a lot from you guys, especially Rosa strings, Rosa strings, yeah, or something like that. Mr. Rosa, you know, has been doing it for years. He just retired, but I've learned a lot from that guy over the years. So anyway, that's a bit about me. Going to be starting the channel up here pretty soon, and hopefully you guys can learn a bit from me now after I learn from other YouTubers like Mr. Rosa. Anyway, yeah, okay, thank you.